No.
No, we can't hear Brian.
Can't hear Brian.
Yeah, I can hear Brian. I hear Brian perfectly.
I can't.
Okay, hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't hear myself.
I can't hear Brian.
Brian, where are you? Oh, we're live.
Yes, we're live.
Hello and welcome to our attempt 2.0. That is much better than attempt 1.0.
Whoa. Holy cow, that was loud.
Well, that's what you got to adjust yours. If you can't hear me, you adjust it. So, which one's Brian?
I can't hear Brian.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that backed it was so good. That
Brian's got to talk.
I'm talking. I'm talking.
yeah, that's better.
Okay. All right.
Welcome to
Yeah. Okay. We're here. Well, it's your show.
Yeah,
finally.
It's
in
your
the
show.
box office.
Yeah, it's in
We
the box
allowed the
office.
boys to be on our show.
I actually didn't know that.
The honor and privilege
Yeah.
of being on In the Box Office.
Well, thank you, ladies, for having us. What would you like to talk about?
How's
What
your
episode number is this? Have you made it to 24 yet? I had a parlay riding.
Okay, but like
Get out of here.
we count like when we do recaps, do those count as episodes? We don't know.
I haven't been counting them.
If we count those, we're for sure in the 20s, I think.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely in the 20s when we count the recaps.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if we count those as episodes, do they? Brian, I'm literally asking you. He's just ignoring me. Got it. Okay.
No,
What's
it's
new?
not my strong suit.
All right. How's your day been so far? What have you done today, PC?
Me? Let's see. What have I done today? I attempted to have a podcast this morning, which
But
I was,
look, round
I
two's
know.
going so well.
Yeah, I was really. The camera is too far away. We'll have to adjust that for next time. Sorry about that. CrossFit. Is that the Mike Tyson CrossFit? But
Do you want me to go bring it a little closer?
yeah. Well, if you want to, I'll tell you. Say, well, I mean, you could just look through the viewfinder. Oh,
Oh, that was
sorry.
bad.
Yeah,
We're new here, guys.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, okay, that's good. I think that's good. Yeah, that's cool.
I
Yeah.
actually think that went well.
Yeah. I think we're trying to get this in there, right? So, but no, it's been cool. Obviously, this morning walked around. Just meeting people, just getting a general feel of the vibe of the CrossFit SoCal. I mean, those who've been to CrossFit Miami versus SoCal, it's a little bit smaller, a little bit intimate. A lot, it's all packed in one spot. It's like a quarter, maybe like of what CrossFit Miami is. And we're just seeing people. Brian shot the RX final heats for the RX division individual, and so I was able to see that, watch those, get some pictures with the athletes. But that's mainly here is just supporting you guys, supporting Brian, and taking some pictures and having some fun.
Yeah. Me and Kate did Annika Greer's workout with Gym Reapers, and we smoked it.
Crushed.
The best part is we're like, they're about to start the 10-second countdown. And I look at Kate and I'm like, we're just chilling, right? We're like coasting through. And she goes, no, I think we could win this. And I was like, oh, okay, switch my mindset real quick. And we fully sent it for 15 minutes and smoked everybody.
We did great.
In that heat.
I think that was it.
I think that was it.
That's
It was
it. You
only
guys
one.
are the big winner.
Yeah, we're just prepping for our Brian and Scott
Oh yeah, it was just
takedown tomorrow.
Yeah, that was just an Annika Greer workout. Yeah. How'd you think Annika did leading the class?
Great. She's awesome.
Yeah. We're hoping to have her on one of your shows tomorrow. So either that or Sunday. So stay tuned.
She's so
15
cool.
minutes is not 45 minutes. Really good in this 45 minutes.
I'm much better in a longer time domain. So, talk your trash. Talk your trash.
Let's Brian, here's a question. Interesting to see Ellie in the RX division. You want to talk on that?
Sure. I mean, yeah, the division is open sign up. I mean, all the divisions are open sign up, so anyone can do it. Ellie Turner, she's I was talking with Justin's mom, and she's like, she's super fit. She's just looking to get her feet back under her in terms of competition, and so this is a great environment to do it. The strange thing about that workout was, because it is open sign up, it's day number 1. There's 2 heats. She crushed everyone in her heat.
Yes.
I think the 5 best next times came out of heat 1. So she probably won't really go against the other best athletes in the division until tomorrow.
Yeah.
She looked great. I mean, she looked slim, like athletic. Like she didn't look like she did when she was competing CrossFit full time. She's been doing a lot more endurance events, and it really showed because she crushed that run. I mean, she crushed that run.
What was cool because there were some good times on the previous heat, and when she was getting close to the end, Justin and his parents, a couple others were right in front of her, and they were like on point to the second, telling her how much time until the time to beat. So, like they're pretty locked in. They know.
Yeah, they were. Well, you couldn't see the time clock. Yeah, because there's so much glare. But Kate, how's your day been?
It's been good.
Yeah,
I'm glad we got a workout in.
Yeah,
and I mean, we've been here all day, and the cup hasn't even started, so we still have like a whole evening of stuff to do. Then it like really starts for us.
Yeah.
At what, like 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
8.
Well, yeah.
So it's an all day affair, but it's been really cool. I do think it's very similar to TYR Wodapalooza South Beach. Like the vibes are very similar because it's on the beach. It's much different than the downtown venue. But it feels very similar to what Miami felt like this year. But I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. You're right.
I'll just say one other thing about the venue, and it's one thing to talk to the guys about the changes they made to the layout from last year. The square footage is more or less the same, but the way that they distributed food vendors, the maiden partners, the kind of community areas, and the workout stages. Like when they spoke about it, it sounded like, okay, those things all make sense. But seeing it today, I think the flow for pretty much everybody who's involved is better. And they've really, I think, not just maintained, but improved or enhanced the opportunity for people who haven't bought tickets to just who are walking by. Obviously, it's a busy area to be involved. And until you want to go into the arena, you don't have to buy a ticket. So you can walk through the vendor villages, buy it here, just see what's going on, ask questions. And then obviously if you want to go in and watch, you can buy the tickets.
Yeah, it's kind of like the experience of knowing what like, I mean, we saw it yesterday, how many people on the boardwalk, like, what's going on here? I mean, it's kind of a shame, but I understand what they do. But the boardwalk, they put blinders on the boardwalk so people can't watch from the boardwalk. But yeah, I think the setup is very good. But
every single one of those people are like, hey, is this the same thing as last year? Like, a year later, and they made an impact, an imprint in it.
Our Uber driver said that yesterday.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, CrossFit already? Again?
It's been a year.
Your high Uber driver.
She just had a lot of like high questions where you're like, how many people are there? Like, and then it was like another and another and another.
Minutes.
And we got out, and I was like, she was for sure high.
Yeah.
Just like deep thoughts about the competition. But I mean, we got here in one piece, so we're doing good.
Speaking of competition, I think we should kind of dig into it. I know some of what we talked about this morning was like what you guys saw going to the gyms.
Yep.
And I think we maybe kind of reiterate what you guys saw.
Yeah, I think that the vibes we were saying were super different between Team North America and Team World. That Team World was a lot more strategic, intense, very like intentional, specific. And Team World. Team World.
Yeah. So
and then Team North America was having a little more fun, shooting the shit, like laughing. But I think I said that I don't think one is better than the other because some people compete better, more relaxed, and some people compete better in more strategy. So I guess we'll see if Team North America was overly confident or just appropriately confident. Yeah. What do you think, Kate?
Yeah, it was much more relaxed for Team North America, which I think I said earlier could be because they just feel confident in their plan and that they're going to crush it. But the vibes were very different. Like they were just all kind of hanging out, relaxing, eating.
Yeah.
Showing off pictures of their dogs, everything was really just
What's
vibing.
wrong with that?
No, nothing's wrong with that. They were not doing that at Team World. For sure.
They were not. I also think like a lot of the Team North America guys are like very good friends outside of this.
Sure.
So it's kind of just like a little powwow of friends meeting up. Team World had their binder out. They were studying things, looking at layouts, timing specific intervals to make sure they could cut seconds off. So also they had Tia leading the pack, and when Tia tells you what to do, you do it. So.
Yeah, that's like that. Brian, you weren't there, but when you hear something like that, like, hey, Team World seemed more focused than anything. I mean, what do you think that's a cultural thing? Do you think that's a Tia thing? I mean, you spent the whole day with David. I mean, what does he have to say about something like that?
So he actually did say quite a few things about what to expect. He was being a little coy.
Of course. Your media.
But no, I mean, I think that what you observe from Team World, that Team North America is very aware of that too. There's a few what I would call like swing points that are going to be available throughout the next 3 days that could decide the competition, that are going to come down to very fine margins. I think the first of those we'll see tonight with Isabel and Grace. The second here or there, a misrep here or there, depending on what the flow or transition that they're forced to do is, could be the difference in that total time. And you see that with the dumbbell snatch workout. So having like fine tuning points of execution, I think the margins are going to be small, and it's going to come to small things like that.
For sure.
And then you guys shuttling athletes.
Yep.
I kind of got recruited by Wodapalooza to help with some of the athlete relations, shuttling people back and forth. And I kind of got not stuck with Team World. I mean, I know a lot of those athletes, and it's kind of getting the same vibe about them. But of course,
not a bad group to get stuck
No,
with.
I mean, on the way there was me, Roman, Guy, and Emma, and Roman was just cracking me up. I mean, I'm so amazed. Like, I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of interaction with Roman, but it seems like every time I see him, is like his comprehension, his speaking of English is just
better.
so amazing.
It's really impressive.
It's so amazing. And then on the way back, I had Amy Kringle, Emma, and Gracie, and it was just really cool. And obviously I know Tia pretty well. I know how she is. So, but it was kind of neat. But then we come back and we go right into the press conference.
Yep.
The press conference, if you guys do want to watch it, it is on the B.Friendly. We have it up there. It's about 30 minutes long. I don't know. What was your vibes from the press conference? I mean, just to be completely honest here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think it could have been a little better. I think there could have been a little more targeted or specific questions to get some trash talk and things out. But I think there was like Guy and Jason and Pat and Tia too were jabbing at each other, so that's always fun.
Yeah. And what was your reaction to I mean, what did you think of the press conference?
Similar to how Mesa felt, definitely. I think the boys love to talk trash anyway. I mean, look at Jason's Instagram, right? Like, he's the king of
Stay out my comments,
talking trash. So like, it is there, and I feel like that was such a good moment to like really bring that out. And it was either maybe some of the questions or maybe having all of them on stage, because some of them just kind of were a little more, I don't want to say intimidated, but there, like a few of them I feel like didn't really want to talk much. But then some people took over the mic as well. But like, we could have, I think, dug a little bit deeper to get that trash talk, because they do love it's there. Yeah,
I was really shocked. All right, I'll ask you the same question, but I was really shocked because it kind of started off with that way, with Jason talking about like Jay coming into my comments, and then he's like, "You asked me for videos," and then it kind of like, like Jason knows how to trash talk, but I think he only really kind of can trash talk with really his friends. Like he's used to talking trash with Justin Medeiros and, Sprague and Dallin and, and Pat Vellner. Becca just saving lives over here off screen. But shout out to Rebecca, by the way, for fixing that problem this morning. But yeah, I thought Jason started off. I was like, oh God, this is going to get good, because him and Guy's like, you asked for videos for me. It's like, Jason's like, what's wrong with that? I like watching videos of you. And I'm like, all right, this is cool. And then it kind of sputtered there. And Brian, your take. I mean, it seemed like me, you, and maybe Scotty, we pretty much we're driving the questions and trying to help the narrative. I mean, what was your take from the press conference?
I think it's like that in a lot of press conference situations, where it takes a few questions to get it going, and then hopefully other people in the crowd will get inspired to. But there just weren't that many. I thought the athletes took it upon themselves. Like, they started asking a few questions.
Vellner did a good job of it.
Jason as well. And so that was nice to see. But I think there's a few athletes that maybe only said one thing. It's like Jay Crouch stands out. I loved what he said. I would have loved to hear more.
Yeah.
I think that maybe made Kate's comment about maybe put the guys up there, then the girls out there doing each 20 minutes. Hear a little bit more from a few of them that aren't going to necessarily be in the limelight by choice all the time.
Yeah. We did something, we kind of did something similar with Reps Head, where we kind of had a press conference. It'd be like 2 or 3, and we, there was some big, not like trash talk, but you can tell there's some rivalry there. And I think when you have 16 athletes and just Yeah, not
lot.
all
It's just a
16.
lot.
Some
Yeah.
athletes they're just here to to compete, and then of course you
You
do.
gotta also give like a little credit to Wodapalooza. Last year they like picked a couple to do
Mhm.
it, and this year they tried something else.
Yeah.
I think that it's always good to maintain perspective that the concept of TYR Cup is new.
Yeah.
TYR Wodapalooza SoCal is still new. It's only the second year. They only have one chance here per year.
Mm-hmm.
They spend a whole year looking back at what it was, and then should we try something different? And sometimes it takes 3 or 4 tries to get it into the format that feels like something that maybe want to continue to do over and over again. So
Yeah.
I don't mind that they tried it a little differently this year, and I think that we might see another
Yeah.
version of it next time.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's one thing. Like Wodapalooza, the people behind it, they're constantly tinkering, trying to make things better, bigger, better. Maybe not even bigger, but just better and overall.
I'm gonna pull this real quick.
Yeah.
It said, when are Mesa and Caitlin going to do RX team at WZA? I'll be their coach.
Ooh.
I don't know if we could we
I
do
can't
RX?
do RX.
I
Yeah.
think like I
We
could
do it here. It's
do.
open sign up.
I
I couldn't complete it.
think like Kate could complete the weightlifting RX and I could complete the gymnastics RX. So maybe. But we are doing the gauntlet. Someone said Brian's off mic, so we'll try and fix that.
Yeah. Okay.
We are doing the gauntlet tomorrow at 3:00 as RX team.
Yeah.
And we'll get that going. And I did want to say that speaking of like trash talk, because the athletes
You
that
gonna
are
talk some shit now? Why?
let me
Oh, okay,
finish.
sorry.
Because here, like the athletes that are not competing can still be on the floor cheering them on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and mic some of them up and see if we can get some
Ooh, that'd be
trash
cool.
talk from like the non-competing athletes that are like yelling, like last year when they did a monostructural test, there was a
Mhm.
lot of like, you're this close behind this person, you can kill them, stuff like that. So hopefully I'll be able to get some people on there. Fine, intermediate division. All right, Kate.
I feel
You
like
know
Kate,
what,
you've
though?
been trying to make Wodapalooza for so long.
Okay, don't say that. 'Cause that's not true.
I think
True at all.
I think though we may be doing Fitness the Coast, which is a
Oh,
competition in
okay.
Charleston
Whoa,
together.
I
Yeah.
guess it's official.
Is
I
that
said
official?
may. I said
Breaking
may be
news.
doing.
You know what? I think I know who does the broadcast for that. Interesting. So elite, right? Elite.
If you dig
Yeah.
in the archives, you might find some footage of Mesa doing it on Instagram too.
Oh my god! Yeah, intermediate. But anyways, do you want to get into the events for
Yeah,
tonight for the competition overview?
Yeah, definitely. So Brian, it's not a traditional in terms of scoring. Last year was pretty much like you win an event, that's 1 point, or unless they said like the men's or women's. So this year they did a little bit differently to kind of make it a little bit more interesting. Can you explain maybe kind of the point system?
Yeah, well, let's just focus on tonight first
Yes,
of all.
okay.
Today there are 3 different workouts, but there's 5 total points available,
Mhm.
and the scoring is probably the simplest to understand tonight of the 3 days. The first workout is 1 point available, total time for a horrible workout. The second one, they'll be split into male and female heats, 1 point per heat. And on the last workout tonight, there's 2 points, one for the heaviest total on the snatch and clean and jerk male and female, and then one for the time on Isabel and Grace. So 5 points to be earned one way or the other tonight.
Yeah. And then tomorrow is when it kind of gets a little bit interesting, right, with the points.
There's a bunch of workouts over the next 2 days where you get a point for beating the other team, but each team can also earn a point if they complete the work under the time cap. So
And why would you do that?
so that we can just think about like the beach run last year. It's
Mhm.
like, oh, we've already lost, we're just going to walk it back in. No, you still have a time to chase. You still have a point that you can put on the board.
So I believe what Wilson says, up to 21 available points.
If it was a clean sweep,
Yeah.
then the top team can get 21. The other team can still earn points.
Points.
Because of what we just talked about. So no one can earn more than 21 points, but cumulatively they could have more than 21 and likely will have more than 21 points.
And Kate, you totally understand that. And you can explain that to me right now, right?
So we had to have a debrief last night. And I was like, wait, can you please repeat that one more time? I'm trying to understand.
We were also like highly sleep deprived. At that point, me and Kate had probably been up for 20 plus hours. But I think, anyways, for most people, they want to break down the events. They want to know like I don't think a lot of people watching are like guessing the point systems.
Yeah.
No, but that's why I
No.
keep it simple. We got
Yep.
3 scoring opportunities tonight, 5 total points available. And I think that
Was it like that last year? Or is this
they've refined the scoring a little
Okay.
bit. They've made some tweaks and adjustments. And, the first workout tonight has this golf scoring system.
Yeah.
But basically, you want your athletes to finish first. The faster you finish compared to the field,
the more points you earn for your team. And then at the end, the team who has the better total performance is going to get the point.
So you guys you're going to be doing previews and recaps all week. So we're not going to get into old workouts tonight. We'll talk about
the three.
Yeah, we'll talk about the workouts tonight, and then we'll just we'll give you our predictions for the end in terms of points. So Echo on France individual workout. Everyone's competing on also.
I think that's
athletes.
Wild that they picked one of the most painful workouts.
And it's only worth 1
and then
point.
said everybody has to do it. That's crazy.
Yeah, and so basically, Indy on Fran, 4-time, 21:59 thrusters, 135 for the guys, 95, and then you're doing chest to bar pull-ups,
and then
the
echo bike.
calorie echo bike. What was the calories on the echo?
Same
21:59.
Yeah, 2050.
Yeah. So
And
this
like-
is just like sell your soul, go to the dark place, hurt so bad. The thing is, like, I think it's a pretty quick turnaround to the next workout. So
Yes.
the people who have to do workout 2, I feel so sorry for
Which
them
is
because
75% of them. Like
Yes.
only
because I think it was like
They're like, it's me.
I think it was Pat Melner was saying, like, when he did it last time, where was this programmed at? Somewhere else.
Yeah.
That he like couldn't function for like 2 hours, and he was like, "I'll not do this." Like he said that like he could barely like walk. He had a hot dog to try and come back to life.
Oh yeah.
So I think
he
it's
was
gonna
actually
be
like he was sandbagging his shooting performance so that they'd be like, yeah, he's the worst shot. You gotta sit him.
Don't put that guy out there.
He's like, I'm Canadian. I don't know how to shoot.
I also think it's one of those workouts, which I'm curious. I'm hopefully going to ask some of the boys that are like really good at machines. Like it's one of those workouts they're probably so excited because they know they can do good, but also like so pissed because you know just how bad that's going to hurt and how quickly you're going to have to. I think the second workout coming off that is going to be so much more interesting because of what they did before. Like it. Sprinting on an echo bike like that with that, like, oh god, it's going to be
But I
so
think,
bad.
you know, like you think about Team North America, for example. Obviously, they have Dallin and Jason that we know can crush a bike.
Yep.
They're also amazing at 135-pound thrusters, and they can knock off 45 chest to bars in their sleep. If they finish first and second amongst the 8 men, that won't be surprising. But if the next 3 guys that come in are from Team World, then they're sitting there nervous. And then, you know, when there's 2 guys left on the floor and one of them's from Team World and one's from North America, that could be the difference. So even though
I don't know. Did you see Pat on the echo bike at WFP? He did pretty good too. I don't think he.
Yeah, she's not lying. He did look good.
I'm just laying out a scenario.
Yeah.
I think
like-
the echo bike time at WFP was like the second fastest after Dallin. Pretty sure.
You want to
James
first
Strait.
wager of the weekend?
Uh-oh.
I'll take Jason and Dallin coming in before Pat on this workout.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Okay,
I was
there we
just
go.
saying, like you're saying after that it's gonna be all world. I
No,
don't think that's true.
I was just saying it's an example of how it could
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
And in that case, like even though you have the first 2 people come in one division, then the other 2 people on your team matter a lot. They can't just like you can't really afford to fade because even the difference between 7th and 8th
For
amongst
sure,
the men,
for sure.
that point could matter.
That's why I think it's so interesting to put that as workout 1 and just trash everybody.
What are you looking forward to at workout 1?
I really enjoy the workouts where people, I'm assuming, do they run, maybe not run to the finish
Carnage.
line? Yeah, the carnage to the end.
That's what I was waiting for.
After-
That's what I'm waiting for you to say, the carnage. I'm like, come on, carnage.
But I guess I don't know what the layout is going to be if they get off the echo bike and then they have to run to the.
I would assume
Then-
so.
Dylan and Charlie will both be very intentional and thoughtful, I think, with the floor layout where there will be something that it has a clear expression of finishing the workout.
Yeah.
Okay, so no net workout. Brian, who you picking?
Who did I pick? I can't
North
remember.
America.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go Merc on that one.
Yeah,
I can't. PC.
What?
PC.
What?
You picked World for that workout.
Now you just spoiled it. You didn't even let us.
No, exactly.
Sorry.
You're going to do a
Sorry.
drum roll.
So Mesa picked North America.
I think everyone's thinking North, like, right?
Well, obviously not because I picked World.
Okay, sorry. I'm just giving you some shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I picked World on that one. Just because I do like Roman and CrossFit did bring up a good Boys Interrupted. Didn't sound really psyched for the WOD. And from being in some of the sessions with them, you know, there were some talk, and it was brought up at the press conference or not about like athletes possibly sandbagging. I'm not saying they're sandbagging. I don't think they will. But however, if you're going to sandbag any event, you're going to do it 1 point. It's only 1 point.
It is only 1 point, but when you look at just these teams in general, there's not a lot of margin. Like that
Yeah,
point
that
could end
1
up
point
mattering.
matters.
It does.
And,
It does.
and momentum matters a little bit. And you have a weird variable tonight with the erg shoot, where it's
But-
like you're not entirely
Yeah.
sure. You can't just like bank on being accurate, the way you can bank on selling yourself out on an echo bike.
Also, I think that like isn't the whole thing they'll die for points, Casey?
I don't know. That's CrossFit. I don't know about Tier Cup.
Oh, got it.
Tier Cup, I don't. I mean, the only person I saw dying for points last year was Dallin Pepper, Grace Walton, Brent Fikowski, and
Oh,
Emily
that's
Wall.
going to be so good.
But that's jumping ahead. Caitlin, you picked North America. I'm assuming it's based off the guys, right? Pretty much carrying the team on that.
Yep.
And I'm assuming that's why as well.
Yeah, but also like Olivia Kerstetter is amazing on machines.
Yeah.
I would say Emma Lawson's
It's just
up
one
there.
machine,
Like,
though.
yeah, but I like this workout is in my
You think
opinion.
it's an Echo Bike workout?
Yes.
Okay. Brian, do you think it's an Echo Bike workout?
Not exclusively.
Okay. And
I
you?
would say, but like most
exclusively.
elite athletes are doing Fran
The thing that
similar times.
Yeah, that's true. The thing, the nuance here is I always reference it because it was the first time that we really heard an athlete express it. It reminds me of Spin on DT from the Rogue Invitational a few years back when Roman said, yeah, we all got off the bike at the same time, but they felt worse than me.
Yeah.
So you look at a guy like Roman or Jason that can hold 80, 85 on the bike
And
for
feel
that,
okay.
and they can go back to the barbell and they don't need to take 3 breaths before they pick it up.
Yep.
And not to single anyone out, but Jay Crouch is not as good. He's not as big.
For sure.
So to hold 80, he can do it. But how's he going to feel getting to the barbell? That's where,
That's why I think it's an echo bike workout because like 95 or 135 pound thrusters are like probably cake for most of them. Like they're all super strong and it's not a
it's
high
actually scary how good they've gotten with that
Yeah.
weighted thrusters.
and like chest to bars, I don't think it's a high enough volume to be a huge differentiator.
So everyone's going to be basically fucked after that. Is what we're saying. Is everyone's going to be,
This is a
I know.
family
I'm
show.
sorry. I keep on thinking I'm on B.Friendly. I can drop the F-bomb all the time.
Well, we're not on.
I know.
We're
I'm
on
sorry.
the box office.
Kate's mom.
Sorry,
I'm
Mom.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. She hates me now, doesn't she?
No, she doesn't. She loves you guys.
So
Your band
I
never
went
allowed
world.
her
The
show
reason
again.
why I went world is because I think they're not going to. I really think that North America is probably going to maybe throttle down a little bit. Maybe they're not planning on it, but they're going to see. Let Roman, let all those guys do their thing, and then if you're going to give a point, give up that 1 point, because at some point you just can't maintain that. Tia can't do every workout, even though she probably will.
Well, they have built in some scenarios this weekend where that if you
Correct.
play in this one, you can't play in
that's
the
what
next
Pat was
one.
talking
Exactly.
about
But
yesterday.
But those don't apply tonight. There will be athletes that do a portion
Yep.
of all 3 tonight.
Yeah. Well, then we get, like I said, there's short turnaround. You mentioned that there's short turnaround. I forgot how long it is, but basically the amount of time to set up the floor for the next workout.
Well,
that's
keep in
the amount
mind,
of time.
there's the men will go,
Yes.
or the women, and then the other one will go,
Yeah.
and then the first one who went
It's
first will
still,
go
I
again.
think,
So,
a shorter turnaround than most, if not all, other competitions.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
pretty short,
Definitely.
especially.
but
Fran.
I do like the way that they did this actually with the erg shoot being the next one. It's
Mhm.
probably the least intensity that's required in any
Yeah.
workout.
Yeah.
But it requires obviously accuracy,
Precision.
stability, and coordination, precision. Yeah,
And
under
I do
fatigue.
think so. The workout too, just to
Their shootout.
go over, it's a waterfall style skier cows, and then they have to do a 40-foot unbroken handstand walk slalom course.
Mhm.
And like, if you've done some put your head through the wall workouts like event 1, it might cause some people to not be like 40 feet is not a long distance, but slalom, I mean, they're going to be weaving. I think we could see some people that you don't expect like messing up on the handstand walks.
Thank you, Sherry.
The thing I like about this workout is that you have to maintain your composure,
Yes.
and that even though if you have the best shooter out there, he can't or she can't carry that exclusively for
sure.
the team. So you need to have solid execution, and then also some guys who can execute the shoot under pressure.
We
Okay.
did see North America practice their shooting,
Yeah.
and I feel like everybody did pretty well.
And they
Well,
did some like runs under
Yeah.
fatigue too. And
Yeah.
it held up.
Yeah, we didn't really get to see that over at the world at CrossFit.
Short break. Yeah.
Short, we didn't see that, but I'm pretty sure knowing Tia, she probably had them doing the same things because that's what it is. So about like as someone who shoots. Now, granted, when you hear shooting, this isn't like shooting a gun because there's no weight of the gun. The gun is rather light. There's no recoil. There's no trigger. You don't have to worry too much about the trigger squeeze. It's basically a video game. It's
Duck
again
Hunt.
Duck Hunt.
Yep.
For those who've ever played Duck Hunt, which in this point it's only Patrick Fellner. Fellner's the only one that knows what it is. But so I mean, it's so the whole like, oh, the best shooters. I'm like, no, it's basically whoever can control their breathing. Yep. And it's all about controlling the heart rate. If you can find something like that's one thing I was asking Emma. Like Emma, she shot like 5 in a row. I'm like, what'd you do?
Emma Tall or Emma Lawson?
Emma Lawson.
Oh,
she's like, I just held my breath. And then when Olivia went, and she like made 4 in a row. I'm like, what'd you do? She's like, oh, I exhaled when I shoot. So everyone, it's like finding what you're comfortable with then keeping that. But that will change throughout. Like I said, they have to make 7 shots. It's not a.
You know what's cool is that the erg shoot people, the 3 of them that have been traveling around.
Yeah.
That they will spend time with the athletes, and they spent all day yesterday with the community athletes checking in as well. And they are very impressive in terms of being attentive to the individual and finding a way to be successful.
Yeah.
And you would of course see this with various different disciplines. So the athletes have been set up well in terms of the support to try to perform to their potential.
I had like the original edition of Duck Hunt when it came out.
Also, there was erg shoot at the athlete area at WFP in Arizona. So if you were at WFP as an athlete, you may have a little bit of an edge because they got to play around with it,
yes,
just a few weeks ago. And Kyle was there also kind of giving tips and tricks. So that might be a benefit if it's not like comparable to shooting, just like having reps in, right?
Yeah. So the athletes that will be competing in that one, Alexis Raffis, Emma Lawson, Danielle Brandon. So Olivia Kerstetter will be sitting out, even though she might have some.
4 out of 5 just wasn't cutting it.
I guess so. Or maybe Jacob isn't a good coach on shooting after all. Tactical games champion. Jason Hopper, Justin Madera from Dallin Peppers. So that means Vellner, the Canadians out, eh? And then on the world team, Tia Claire, Amy Kringle, Emma Tall. So you have the Europeans with an Aussie, and then Ricky, Jay, and Guy. So
I will say Justin has come out and said he is very good at the erg shoot.
I've heard that from several people.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for him because he said that
they'll send him first, and
he's a good handstand walker too. So I think that might be good for him. But yeah, he said like, put me in, coach. I'm good at this.
So knowing that, then 2 points are on the line. So men and women, whoever wins on the men's side gets 1 point. Women's side gets another point as well. So Brian, who did you pick for this?
I put these picks in a couple of days ago before I had any intel, and I just said it was going to be 1-1 split. I feel like there's a little bit of a unknown element of this, and I don't know if it'll be the men or the women that take it for either side, but I'm just going to keep it at 1-1.
There's also just like so much room for error, right? So it's hard to tell. It's like not something that we've had a lot of exposure to, like seeing athletes do.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I base it on. It's not so much about the shooting; it's just who can
stay composed
and shoot. And I think it's going to be a split as well at Mesa. I mean, I think you did the same as well, kind of based on the same thing. So all 3 of us 2-1 at this point. So
what about Kate?
Kate, what are you doing?
I did the same thing.
No, you did. You did 2-1, but you're like, America's gonna. But yeah, you did split. Yeah. So we all did the split, but Kate has North America up 2-1 at this point, while all of us have No,
I have North America 2-1 also.
Yeah,
I just typed them backwards.
Why did you?
I thought I fixed it.
Yeah,
as we
you're
went
like
on.
dyslexic or something. I don't know.
No, I am.
Sherry, is she dyslexic? So
last but not least,
again, we go right into that's kind of like I said, a little bit break, some shoulder fatigue from the walk and the ski erg, and then of course maintaining that one hand. It is Olympic style shooting, so you're shooting with one arm. And one arm only. You cannot rest your arm on that as well. So, and then we go.
Apparently, you can just not touch your shoulder. Your arm can be like across your chest.
Which TB was just like,
no, she's like, I hate it.
Yeah, she's just grabbing her boob. Like, you don't grab your boob, just go higher, like closer to the shoulder bone. She hated that.
How accurate, do you have, to shoot the target? Is there a lot of room for error, or is it you have to?
There isn't. The target, it's probably, I believe it's at 15 feet, I believe, roughly. And the trick is that from that distance, you're looking at basically basically like a 3-inch target from that distance. So you only have like a 3-inch circle to shoot into. Circumference wise. So, like I said, any trigger squeeze up or down or breathing, it's going to go, breathing will make it go left and right, but you're not dealing with, you are up and down. You won't see much left to right.
Yep.
So, but,
and then event 3, I think, is one that almost everybody is super excited about.
Because the Ollie show.
because we have some heavy hitters here, which is super exciting.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
also like the strategy element of this.
100%. I
You
think
can be
it's
very
cool
kind of clever with how you decide to distribute your athletes.
because there's a 1 rep max snatch, a 1 rep max clean and jerk, and then there's also Isabel and Grace, which is 30 snatches, 30 clean and jerks for time at a lighter weight. So I thought it kind of, favored both the barbell cycler and the max lifter, and we have Guy and Olivia in the house, which is going to make it a good show. When either of them are on a heavy barbell, we're going to see some crazy, ridiculous numbers.
Yeah. So let's look at the designations with the North America. We got Dallin Pepper doing a snatch. Brian, do you think that's a good move?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to pick what I thought was going to go on here, and I wasn't sure on the men's side because I kind of felt like all 4 of them were very similar on the snatch. So my instinct here is actually that there was someone better at everything else, and so they put Dallin here.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
I really
think
thought
all 4 of those guys can snatch. Maybe Jason's a little bit heavier.
a little bit. Maybe he's got a 300.
I
Plus
don't really know what Dallin's max snatch is right now.
I don't know. I think
We're about to find out.
Yeah, I guess
If
so.
he can snatch 300 pounds, then I think that's great to put him there because I don't think Justin and Pat can do that.
Yeah, and then Justin Medeiros is doing a clean and jerk, which I have no issue with doing that. He's
He's got
one of
a
those
great
guys.
squat,
If he can get out of that squat, he can get overhead.
Yep.
And for the world, they'll be going against Ricky in the snatch, which Ricky's actually really good in the snatch.
Is he?
He can hit
he's got
300,
before.
right?
He's got
Yeah.
300.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
done it at
Okay.
he's done it at least a couple
That was a while
times at Down Under Championships a couple years ago, and Guy at the clean and jerk, which I think is really no problem at all there.
No, and I think we were talking about this last night a little bit. Obviously, you could put Guy on either lift, and he's going to beat the other guy.
Mhm.
But he's probably going to gain a bigger differential on the clean and jerk.
Because it's total
based on
pounds,
total
right?
pounds. Yeah,
You can
exactly.
always clean jerk more, and
What will
also
get fun is that we've seen him do a max jerk, and we've seen him do a max clean already this year.
Yeah.
Now we get to see him put them
Put
together.
together. Exactly.
what was his jerk? Do you remember?
Well, here's the thing about
It
Guy.
was
I
like
mean, he said it
417 or
himself.
something.
He's never maxed out.
Yeah.
Because he always is in a scenario where he can just kind of do enough to win.
That's
This is
true.
not that
That's
scenario
true.
Yeah.
because your score is added with 3 others.
Yep.
So just doing 400
And you
for
know
the sake
he
of doing
loves
it, if
to
you can
put
do
on a
405, like those extra 5 pounds might matter. So I'm pretty excited to see what he decides to do tonight.
Mhm.
Then for the women, we're going to speed this up a little bit because Brian has to get off the mic and do the broadcast.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
a couple minutes there. But Olivia Kerstetter in the snatch, Emma Lawson in the clean and jerk. I actually put a video up, and DB messaged me. He's like, "Hey, don't put our strategy out there." So I actually had to remove the video because I
Team
accidentally
captain
did that.
things.
Yeah, and that's what she's doing. And then Tia in the snatch, Emma Tall in the clean and jerk. Anything wrong with those? You see?
No.
No, nothing. No.
I think it makes sense, but I think you have sort of the inverse situation here with the women where
Mhm.
Olivia's clean and jerk is going to carry some poundage.
She's doing the snatch.
She's doing the
She's
snatch.
doing snap. Who's doing
Yeah.
the clean and jerk?
Emma.
Emma Lawson.
Emma.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Well, according to DB, there's only maybe about 10-pound difference between their clean and jerk. Olivia is better snatcher, probably of all the women they have there. Because you got the other options,
yeah.
DB
True.
and Alexis.
And I do think DB will do good in Isabel because her overhead is so strong
good.
that
Yeah.
less cycling that should be easy. And I don't know. I think the women will be significantly closer than the men.
Yeah, you agree on that?
Yeah, probably.
But keep in mind that that's not how it's scored. It's the male.
Yeah, I know.
Totally.
I know. But
just
I'm
for people at home.
Yeah.
That it's your male snatch, female snatch, male clean jerk, female clean jerk that matter.
All
That's why.
combined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I was, I still
I just
don't
think
know.
the poundage differences are going to be a lot smaller
Yeah.
with the females than they are the males.
So 2 points on the line. You're basically splitting it again, right, Brian?
I find it very difficult to see how North American can overcome Guy on the lifting, but I do think that they can take the Metcon.
I kind of see the same way, split in the points there. I think all of us pretty much unanimously, the world men taking in the women on North America taking it. But there could be a possibility where, I could see North America, women.
It's not a male-female thing.
Yeah.
It's a lifting total,
Yeah,
and it's a
and
time total.
yeah.
So I'm basically saying I think that the world will take the lifting total,
Yeah.
and Guy's difference that he can make up will be the reason why they take it ultimately. Well, a lot of the other ones, like Mesa said, and I even think on the snatch for the guys, like those 3 will all be relatively close. I think Guy will have a 20 to 40 pound advantage on the clean and jerk, and that's not going to be
It's wild.
Yeah.
something you can
Yeah.
overcome. which is an it's an interesting thing. And this is kind of counter to how I picked it, but can the world, knowing that they have such an advantage there, potentially stack Isabel and Grace to try to take both points?
Yep.
and I'm actually, like, as I've been thinking more about it today, I wouldn't be that surprised if North America actually takes both points on the shooting and world takes both points on the lifting.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go with actually what you put on the spreadsheet. So at the end of day one, Brian has it 3-2 world. I have a 3-2 world. Mesa going America on this 3-2 America.
Yep.
And then Kate, you're going 3-2 world, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that puts us at day one. Let's talk about overall. We'll end the. We'll let Brian go. We'll kind of end the show. So that way, not end the show, but talk about it. But at Sunday afternoon, what do you think?
I'm projecting this to be very close going into the last day, potentially even tied. But I do think, especially with the captains workout being worth 3 points, I think I picked 13-12 for world by the end of it.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I mean, we're almost. I was trying to not pick like you did, and there were some instances where I didn't. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to come down. Yeah, the total came down to 13-2. World win by 1 point, and it's going to come down to that last workout, which will be fun. I think that's what the whole intention was. Ladies, you had something different. Mesa, tell us about
the only one who has North America winning at 15 for North, or 14 for North America, 10 for world.
Run over there.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. Hey, everyone, if you want to see Ellie Turner and some other amazing athletes in our exhibition, hop on over. Brian will be filming that live here very soon. All right.
Kate, your predictions.
Yeah.
I have world winning 15-10. Because of the scoring system where they can have, I think it was 2 points, one for winning, or 3 points available, one for winning, one for finishing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's where mine ended up swaying. So I picked world multiple times for a finisher and winning the event.
Yeah, you almost have it as a blowout. You basically have it 13-9 going to the final event. Basically, it's like, we're just gonna play around.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you a point for completing the workout. So we're all world here except for you. You're all about Team America.
I know, but I got a Team World shirt, so like I'm,
Oh no.
in the middle, because I feel like I grew up overseas, so I have to support Team World. But I just think my reason for putting Team North America as winning is I think a lot of this competition relies on power output and machines, and I think Team North America has the people to do that. But we'll see.
Yeah. By the way, you got right now at the tier 10 is buy one get one free. So I end up getting one of the jerseys. So depending on the end of the day, I can switch.
Yeah, okay, we may need to go back and buy one get one of North America.
Yeah. And then let's talk about obviously TYR Cup. It will start the pre-show hosted by not Bill. It's hosted by Sean Woodland and I'm sorry, I'm just drawing a blank. Chase and Bella will be on the floor. That'll start at 6:48 on Loud and Live's YouTube channel. So go Loud and Live YouTube channel with the first event, Echo en France, starting at 7:14. If you have any questions on the schedule, go to the Wodapalooza Instagram page. I think it's a second pin graphic. They'll have the schedule. That'll change out next. They'll have Saturdays up tonight at the end of the completion, so that way it'll keep you up to speed on the schedule as well. But if you do want to watch our exhibition, I'd highly suggest swinging over, catching Brian on there as well. Before we end this, I want to kind of get your guys. I mean, you've walked around, you guys did some workouts. I mean, what do you like about what the mood? What's the mood here?
Yeah, I feel like it's such great vibes. I always think that competitions like Miami or here that are on the beach just have like a spring break feel to them, but like a healthy fit spring break. I think it whenever I come to competitions like this, especially outdoor ones, I think it's just such a people are in such a good mood, and it reminds me why I love this stuff so much. That's how I feel about it. What do you think?
I think the vibe, it's interesting because we did just come from WFP just a few weeks ago. And
she's always got to bring a WP.
I'm sorry. That's what I have to compare it to. We were just there. It reminds me a lot of
Kate already
Wodapalooza.
put a down payment on the house. Sorry. Kate, and if you don't know, anywhere Kate goes is her
I'll
next
move
place she wants to live.
I think the only thing that wouldn't do that is if she would have went to Albany.
She would not want
That'd be the first time she's like, she would be like,
Think
oh,
what you
why
want.
am I here?
You guys, I was at the airport at LAX, and I texted them. I said, should I move here? I haven't even been
That's
out of the
your
airport
favorite
yet. That's
thing.
just my MO.
Hey Ray, I really appreciate it. Thanks. I appreciate the criticism. We'll try to do better. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it's actually your show. So
Sorry.
no,
Kate,
you guys
finish
close
your
it out.
vibes. Finish your vibes.
Yeah, with your vibes.
No, the vibes I think are very similar to Wodapalooza Miami, and like the outdoor feel on the beach. I really like it. It seems so much. I don't know. It's obviously bigger, but at WFP it's a lot more intimate, maybe. And
Yeah.
like you're running into the athletes and seeing them, and I feel like we might have like passed them at a vendor booth today, but on a much bigger scale. But there's so much to do here, whether it's like the gauntlet workout or I don't know, what do you call them? Not activations at booths, but like meet and greets and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot going on here. It makes it really fun, and people like we're essentially on the boardwalk, and anybody can come in and hang out. And I really like that it is trying to get the community outside of here involved.
Yeah, I was at the TYR booth, and it was really cool. Some guy, he was in his motorcycle outfit and everything. He just went in and bought some shoes.
Yeah.
And he's like, cool. He's like,
I love it.
yeah. He's like, he's like, these brands are really cool. Got to try them on, whatever. And he's like, I didn't even realize this was a CrossFit event.
I think
Yep.
that's huge for the vendors. They get way more exposure being out
sure.
like this, that people who aren't in the CrossFit space get to know their brand. So I think that's definitely a win for them.
What do we have looking forward to? What are you going to
So
be
we
producing
have-
this weekend?
First of all, I will be doing, athlete interviews throughout. Like I said, I'm going to try and mic up some of the athletes. It is kind of chilly over. It's so hot in the sun and so chilly
Yeah, I
over
know.
here.
I was sweating earlier.
We are going to be doing some shows. We'll check out our Instagram story for times. We'll be posting them throughout. And we do have some cool athletes coming on as guests. Are
Yeah,
they
we-
announcing them?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Sunday we're having Brent Fikowski come on, the
Yeah.
professor. So we're going to get some good stats and intel and breakdowns from him. We have Patty Canio tomorrow coming
11.
11, I
Yep,
believe.
11
And I
o'clock
think
show.
we may snag Annika Greer to come chat with us. So we're going to have some good talks, and we'll be putting out reels. I'll be on every night posting a ton of interviews with elite athletes. They just have not started yet because there's been so many other divisions, which is super cool. And yeah, stay tuned, follow us, subscribe, like, and if you could follow our Instagram, we will be posting all throughout the weekend.
Yeah, shout out for no crackheads being here
Well,
watching
There
this.
was
we had
that guy, yeah.
We had one.
We need Rebecca. Rebecca left, and that guy just wandered around. It's weird. It was so awesome. But no, this I don't know if you saw the story, but when you see Scotty, ask him about crackhead.
Okay,
Literally, this
I
guy
will.
was here. I mean, there's people that live here, obviously,
Yeah.
and this guy,
The boys
he was
are coming.
actually talking to Velner. He was talking about how much he loved to run and everything. And here we go. We see the North America and World. They're walking down. The guys, they
Yep.
look like they're all having a good time here. No love lost. Roman's smiling, but Roman
with the
smile.
suitcase.
And then last but not least, I saw some people that come out when the sun's gone.
He's talking about crackheads.
Yeah, I saw a few people comment on here that me and Kate are the real media of the weekend, and I really appreciate that. We're trying to bring the good vibes, bring some positivity. We're really excited. I think this competition is so cool because it is just so positive, right? Like the athletes just get to have a good time. I think it's a little bit less pressure. They get, Guy and all of them were talking about building friendships and getting to know each other. I think that's really cool. So hopefully we'll continue those vibes throughout the weekend.
Oh yeah.
What do you? It's your show. How do you usually do this? And then your show, don't you do something called hit take or hit
Hot
top?
takes? No,
hit
no,
top?
no.
High
We have-
tops.
We can do a hot take if you'd like.
I
Do you
don't
have a day one hot take? The elite haven't gone yet, so it's kind of
Yeah, I feel like
What-
we haven't even really started yet. You know,
Oh, I thought these hot tops. We have to
Hot takes.
hot high tops.
stop,
They have,
stop being.
they have to be about CrossFit
All right,
or
bye,
fitness.
everybody.
Well, I
everybody.
know. I have a hot take.
Oh, okay. PC,
Oh,
what is
yeah,
your
he
hot take?
asked because he
Yeah,
actually wanted to give his.
Why don't you
Yeah,
just
because
say
I was
you had
thinking
a hot
about it.
take?
Well,
Wow.
that's how you guys on your show, right? With hot takes, right?
When we have a guest, I guess you're our guest on our
Yeah,
show. So
I mean-
PC, what is your hot take of this Thursday?
That you should always
this
make.
Friday.
You should always make room for ice cream at the end there. Like,
We've already had ice cream twice in the last 24 hours,
Exactly.
so we're doing good.
yeah,
So you
exactly.
gotta
What-
do it again.
yeah. So what's your hot take?
The guest becomes the interviewer.
I don't know. Come back to me.
Okay.
I don't have
You have
one.
one?
My hot take is that Team North America is going to win because I was the only one of the four that thought that. So that is my hot take. Apparently, I did not know that the general consensus was World was going to steal it. That's not what I've seen on my algorithm, but I guess that's going against the grain. I think North America boys are going to bring it home. To be honest,
Still thinking.
Yeah, I don't really have one, you guys.
Yeah.
we'll come back. We have so many shows this weekend. We'll have lots of hot takes.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that we got to have some action from the elite happen before we can get there.
Sure, I agree. And I think with your guests, I think it'll be real. I'd love to hear what Fikowski's hot take's going to be. Yeah. So, but yeah,
We'll see you soon.
Yeah, if you're
Tune in
down-
for the elites,
yeah. If you're in SoCal, swing by, say hi.
come find us, come
yeah,
chat with us.
yeah. And you guys come on tomorrow morning at 11.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
We'll see you then.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. What voice was that? I don't know. Well, we're still on.